Okay. Well, this duel in the middle remains a fascination too, with Mumford versus Sandilands. The margin as we start is 30 points.
We go.
Fife, Mundy and Subin starting inside the circle.
Jacob Townsend putting a lot of work into Nick Subin, and not surprised, they would have spoken about Subin. He's, as we said, underrated. He gets under the guard, but he's damaging at clearance work.
Fife to Crowley. It's got away from the Dockers a little bit there, so it's a minor victory for the Giants.
Don't hold. Teammates only.
Scully being watched closely by Crowley, as we've discussed, has 7 disposals only, all of them handballs. And great team tackle from Fremantle. 3 players there with a big wraparound tackle.
And just elected to grab the ball and kill it, rather than knocking the ball on, getting it going your way. There is risk in that, but I mean, at the end of the day, they then get done out of the stoppage.
Mundy, Atnas did well, uses Pavlich. And now the angled kick from Mzungu. Kennedy.
Back 2 metres, back.
And go. Green light is the what should be going through his brain. Get it up and into that forward line.
Stretching right out now, making the switch to this side to Bug. He had Cameron on, still has, and misses by a mile. Johnson, nice little step on the inside of Townsend, and can pump it long for the Pav. And he's from behind, but Hayden Ballantyne on that long and winding road around, and he wound it back too much. And he's missed it all, and he's hurt.
Yeah, just a little hold of the ankle there with Ballantyne. He twists and turns, and as he kicks, I think Bug just falls across him. So just a little tweak there on the ankle. Or is it Jimmy Moore just on the end there, clips his ankle?
Didn't miss. He missed by a couple of fairways.
Ward got it out of there, but for how long?
Yeah, well stripped there.
They're combining really well. Impressive stuff. Scully back to the middle. Lob versus 3 Dockers. Fife was there with the spoils. And he's got Pavlich in his sights again. And the Pav's got it.
Now the question has to be asked, Jono, why would you take a chest mark if you've got hands as good as that?
I think Ross may have walked past him at half-time and said, I want to see another one.
For those that have
on
just
that big
joined us,
barrel chest of yours.
For those who have just joined us, there was one in the first
There was
half.
one in the second quarter where he let out. He just had to put the strong hands out, which we know he's got, like that, and just take the ball. He opted to go on the chest and just mistimed it completely. It bounced off.
It was a great kick, by the way.
It was.
At 5. Third goal for Matthew Pavlich. Yes or no? And I don't think we know yet.
I believe it's a goal. Just want to check for a touch before wine. Okay. Score review.
Here we go through our favourite process.
I want you to check if it was touched on the line.
What's your prediction, Johnny?
Inconclusive goal.
Review underway.
That will be the prediction here. I think that's exactly what...
You have to pinch your nose.
Umpire's call.
Yeah.
We'll get a good look at it here.
It'll be inconclusive, John, because we still haven't got a decent camera angle with all these score reviews at the moment.
Certainly look behind the line on that one.
Yeah.
Whether it's all behind is inconclusive.
Review completed. Umpire's call.
Well done, boys. It's a goal. So the opening goal of this third term kick by Matthew Pavlich, and that's his 3rd for the afternoon.
And it's just loved on the line. You could argue why they didn't have a couple of taller players down there.
Bob would have been handy.
He would have. Let's have another look at the mark and the great kick. Fife out of the middle. They've done that too many times. Magnificent hands, fingertips only, great control. And then he goes back, and there's a deliberate shot from 48 metres. Probably could have taken a couple more on the run-up, but he timed it to perfection.
What a marvellous player. Game number 306.
Out the back again for Fife. Sandilands and Fife combining nicely.
Driving ball to half forward. Bunteen. Moore. He's found himself the focus of Football on plenty of occasions himself this afternoon in trying to defend against Pavlich, and the arms are out from Bug. Not impressed with the kick.
Williams there, and
Don't need the history on it, so
No, you don't.
Everybody knows it's over the line. The kid didn't mean to do it. He'll do it at some stage. Just get on with it.
Ball heat back into play. Sandlands. Callum Ward, no one around him. Bunteen. Cameron. Clean bowled, and it's out of bounds once more.
Well, have a look here. They have gone third man up. It's more as at a ball up Fremantle in recent times. But Sandlands is doing some good work around this. You've got Mundy in at this stoppage, Barlow. You've got Pearce looking like he's going to try and get there on the burst.
Out to the back from Green.
That's a really clever kick from Green. That is a fantastic kick.
Oh,
That's not. He knew he was under pressure. If he had have kicked the ball down the line, there was going to be a turnover. So he hit it on the outside of his foot, gave it to Mayer, and just set it up nicely for Jeremy Cameron.
Zach couldn't resist giving him a little nudge on the way past either.
No. He just needed to push back a little bit harder off the mark there, Cameron. He had to kick the ball on a back step, which is just so difficult to do at the best of times.
5 takes on the world. 4 Giants around. Barlow. The mechanical clearance to half forward. It opened up for Pavlich, looking for someone to come skimming past. And there's not many better skimmers than Pearce towards Atnas. Oh, he's got a... No, he's given away the free.
It was a bit stiff, but it was really good work from Daniel Pearce, winding his way through that clearance, and then nice drop punt forward. And one of the great advantages that Sandlands has got over other ruckmen is he's ambidextrous, Jono. Very few ruckmen go with the left and the right to the same ability, and Sandlands is doing it really well with the left and a couple of times on the right.
He's got a few advantages, hasn't he, Sandlands? That size.
And that's not to say that Mumford isn't being really competitive. He is. He's doing some good work as well.
Ward to Green to Smith. They're working overtime across half back. Some uncertainty as to where that kick was supposed to end up, but they've got through most of the traffic. Ward again. Whitfield. Good dynamic running. He gets one more over the top, and they're into the clear now. Palmer angles it up to half forward and gets Cameron. He can't quite hold on.
That's chopping arms.
There's a terrific steal. Fleeced him with the footy, and Tomlinson kicks the goal. Deserved too.
Well, it all happened down right in front of Cam Mooney. It was their work off half back, and then that transition run by hand that got them out and about here. Cameron unlucky not to get a free kick here, which we'll see with an arm chop. And it was a good kick, good hit, and you can see clearly there the arm gets chopped away. But in the end, it works out in their favour with Tomlinson coming back up to give him a bit of a hand.
Poor decision from the umpire, but as you said, did work out well. Tomlinson, excellent. Dylan Shield really clean again too.
Tomlinson putting it through. And the Giants now back to 30 points where we were at half-time. Clark in the ruck. Mumford takes full advantage. Down to Green. He's playing good footy. Involved a couple of times with Shield. They are possessing the ball a lot, their midfielders, but that means that they've got hold of the footy. Townsend scoped out half forward, found that Smith was on his own. He'll turn and look into the 50. Cameron comes straight up at him. He had some other options, decided to take up one of those short. Bug kicks to the lead of Kelly, not quite. Now the Dockers spring into action. Barlow and Fife a couple of times, and Mzungu sets up a bit of a race. Atnas had to contend with 2. He got some good help at the end from Pearce. Back to Neil, to Clark. Can he get past? He can't, not without a turnover handball. Shield onto that left boot, bangs it up to full forward. Cameron knows where it is. Dawson wasn't sure for a moment. Great battle between the two. Is it a free kick? Yes, it is. He'd actually done most of the good work, Dawson, and then held on just
the ball's come away.
Just too long here. The ball comes out in the tackle and just completes the tackle.
Where do you want me, Craig? Do you want me mid-zone or end-zone, Craig? Stay there, stay in the mid-zone. Don't do anything silly.
Still without a goal, Jeremy Cameron. Tough one for a left footer. Tried to stare it down. Unfortunately for Jeremy Cameron and the Giants, it's gone too far across.
Been a positive for Jeremy Cameron today, though. There's still a good half a footy to go to build on his first half, but he's got ticked off the first couple of boxes. Competitive, really good in the first quarter, pretty good in the second. Still got to hit that scoreboard.
Yeah, 12 disposals, 5 marks, 4 behinds.
Yep.
Michael Johnson camped in the back pocket. Skyscraper there for Clark. Good work though from Mumford. Allowed Davis to get a run. Is that
Tight, very close.
pushing it, isn't it?
Very close.
Now, chance for everyone to run at it, including Main. Tomlinson in the hustle and bustle. And they're putting a bit of a challenge down to Fremantle right now. And it's good to see. What do you give them this quarter out of 10, John?
Oh, it's probably going up to a 7.5.
Oh, gee, you're a hard marker.
Just for this quarter.
If they get a goal here, might go higher on the Jono meter. Barlow, Mundy, both got a bit. Oh, that was close to a throw. Look at that one again when we get an opportunity. Pearce sends it outside the defensive 50, but it's coming back again. Williams, you can sense something building here for the Giants. Not a great kick, you'd have to say, for Tomlinson. Made the job more difficult. Williams, there's some real urgency about all these Giants at the moment. Not coming out.
Spot on there with the urgency, and that's what they've been able to bring
Let's have a look.
in this third quarter. There's just a couple of little pop-outs. Yep.
It's all right. Mumford got it down. Pearce, Crowley. Just to jam it on the boot, and that's a great result for Fremantle. Atnas takes it, and now they spread to all points of the compass. Sutcliffe wobbled one up, and really wasn't a great decision, I think, in the first place.
Well, even the handball didn't really release him. It just put him under pressure as well. Atnas would have been better off going back and kicking it himself.
It's a good little period for the Giants. Here's Rory Lobb. Talked about him a bit earlier, what a big, tall man he is. Naturally, at that size, he's got the basketball background, Jono, which is so important these days.
Oh, well. No, it is good that in the AFL environment there was a setup there.
And here's Atnas. Tight line it was. It'll be disappointing for the Giants. Not paid. It's been 15. Mundy still able to finds a way out. Michael Johnson now can pump it up. He's got Barlow. He's got Clark. Goes for Barlow. Looks behind. Is he off? Well, he's showing the footy around. Showed it right, showed it left. And now, will he kick? Atnas has gone deep, but he goes wide for little Lockie Neal. Hits it at full pace.
We had two options there because Michael Johnson had just pushed on forward. He could have easily taken the mark, but he shepherded and made it clear for Lockie Neal, who gets an opportunity to slot one through.
Pav's on the bench at the moment. Neal's kicked 6 goals, 5 this season. It is a breakout year, you'd have to say, for Lockie Neal, averaging 22 disposals. Had 30 last week against the Demons. It's a very delicate operation, but one he can execute perfectly. There's a wobbling post, but that was play and not ball. And the margin back out to 35.
Yeah, you're right with it being a breakout year for Neal, and he has this ability as well. He works well forward. And there's so many of the Dockers players now that can push forward through the midfield and kick a goal. And just Leon Cameron, just with their reaction there, disappointed that Neal was able to get away from Moore and take that mark inside forward 50. And that's why the post moved, because it was Big Mumford going past and taking the flags out on his way.
We're about to see the sub being made down here, guys. Morabito's taking the vest off, and you can hear the crowd erupting in there. But so I can see why they make him sub down here, guys. He needs 3 hours to warm up those quads, Jono. They're the biggest things I've seen.
So we think Ross Lyon operates without emotion, but it's all part of the plan, Jono. He knows he'll get a bigger reaction as he comes on as the sub. Fife wins it out of the middle, and now they're tracking again. Out wide to half forward. Spur decided to go. Interesting decision. He was right on his hammer. It was Smith, and he put some really good effective pressure on, and again he's not far away. Barlow.
You saw there Zach Clark. He actually only accelerated when he got the ball. He's got to accelerate to get space before he gets the ball.
Valentine thought he was a defender there, climbing high with the spoil. Out of bounds.
He's got massive upside, Jack Clark, John. I don't think he realised how good he could be, but we're only seeing him use his athleticism, I reckon, to about 60 or 65% of what he's actually got in the kit bag.
Had 8 disposals last week, Morabito coming on as the sub in Darwin. Green, hurried kick away from Townsend, still in a precarious position. Here's the damaging Zach Dawson coming charging at it. Couldn't quite handle it.
First time he would have been called damaging.
Probably. Yeah, Whitfield did the full revolution before kicking that. Out to Jeremy Cameron.
It's a couple now. That's a couple in this quarter from Cameron. Had a big first half. Can't let himself down with poor skill execution in the second half of the game.
There's a couple of turnovers in that particular patch. The last one ended up with Lockie Neal on the other side. This time they're going the long route.
And it's Lockie Neal again, but this time at half-back.
Just an update on that sub, guys. Morabito coming on. It's Pearce off to Hutto.
Okay, ball at half-back with Barlow. And no mark there. Here's Subin. You might have to call Johnny.
That was some of Moons' best work right there.
Yeah, he's been waiting about 6 years to say that, I think.
He has.
11-5-71 Fremantle, 5-6-36 there is Clancy Pearce and Anthony Morabito.
And he'd be disappointed, Clancy, because he knows what's at stake. When the coach spoke to us before the match, he put it on the line. There are spots up for grabs.
Missed out last year, didn't he, with injury and form at the wrong time?
He was in great form this time last year.
Yeah.
And then he got stung with injury. And he's the young man that whole footy world is rapt to see back.
So it looks like Pearce is coming on. The other Pearce with Anthony Morabito. Sandlands. They're chanting for Mora around the ground.
Here it comes, getting louder too. It's catching around the stadium here at Patterson's. The home crowd excited to see one of the young stars back here on the home deck at Patterson's.
Right again, out the back. Sandlands, you just got to track 5 most of the time.
His hit has been boundary side all day, so it's like set.
Played on him and tripped him. Townsend very frustrated.
Settle down. Let him go. Let him go.
Mundy ends up with the ball. And he's coming on now, Morabito.
It is.
Michael Barlow thought it was for him.
Yes, coming off.
That is a, Moons, let's get to you. That is a thunderous reception.
It's incredible, Hutto, isn't it? I mean, it's well deserved. I mean, as we know, 3 knee reconstructions. He's got so much talent, as we know. We're finally getting to see it, so it's fantastic to see.
Played 23 games back in his first season for 13 goals, 18. Picked 4 in the 2009 draft. Recruited from Peel Thunder. An opportunity to kick the goal at the end of last week and missed, sadly, on the side.
Well, hopefully we get one today in front of the home crowd here. Watch the players come from everywhere if Morabito can hit the scoreboard.
Pearce revved it up, but there's Ward, Scully. With a couple of bounces and some liberty at last for Tom Scully. Gets him to half-back, but
Nowhere to go.
Well, he's hoping that goes out of bounds. But Zach's on the spot. Dawson. Not sure quite what happened there, Jono.
He's in
Just
trouble
changed
now.
his mind mid-stroke on the downswing.
Exactly,
Well,
in a spin.
well,
Just in a spin.
He took his time. That was the issue. And so he was closed up well from the Giants. He had to really pull the kick. It would have got smothered anyway if he had gone through with it.
Kick stabbed in was no good either. Pearce to Crowley to Fife.
Good ease.
Here's Morabito. What will he do with it? He kicks it straight away. It was half smothered. Now the sun a bit of an issue for Pavlich, who just held off for a metre or so. Couldn't work out where it was coming. Back through the middle, Shield. Oh, he's not getting out of that. He's mugged by Mzungu there. Terrific tackle.
And a good call, no prior opportunity. Both players were going for the footy eventually, and Dylan Shield gets wrapped up.
Fife, there's that third up we talked about before the game. Pearce left it behind.
Still on the ground, Fife.
Toby Green, he has got his own footy out there at the moment.
His 27th disposal. Here's Morabito. Terrific pickup. Fed it through to Mundy. Off the left boot. Oh, he's carved out a great kick for Ballantyne.
That was an awesome kick. Drag it across his body. He knew he didn't have the distance to go to Pav. Pav wasn't on his bike early enough to get within range, so he just dropped it in the space, and Ballantyne read it best.
Morabito just skulking in the forward pocket here. He's great mates with Hayden Ballantyne. It wouldn't shock me, not probably this time, but if he really looks to lay it off for him for a shot for goal at some time.
He just needs to run past his hip and then push forward and just get back into the vision of Ballantyne. I reckon that's when he'll look after him as a mate.
But right now, Fremantle want to make sure they win the quarter. Ballantyne comes in and nails the kick, puts it through, and they go out to a 41-point advantage now, the Dockers.
And Ballantyne comes off, and Subin, he crept straight over to have a word in Bug's ear as well. Here's the injury to Fife. Oh, third man up, but lost his footing and just lands directly on his back. That's a big hit there on the deck. Oh, they sting. Stayed down for quite some time after that Fife. He's up and going now, but that's Morabito clean, and that's what he needs to be, clean below the knees. And that allowed Mundy to get out and produce an elite kick forward to Ballantyne. Oh.
This is what Fremantle fans have been waiting for in this third term. They've been waiting for the fact that they are now in second place on the ladder, on the live ladder. We'll check that for you in a moment. Pearce to centre half forward. The extra number is with the Giants. Outstanding effort from Sylvia. Shrugging a couple of tackles there, Williams. Green again continues his red-hot form. Back to Kennedy, the kick to the wing. Fife's recovered.
They're doing a really poor job in the middle, though, the Dockers, of reading the tap from Sanders. You only have to look at one hand because you know that 90% of them are going to be won by him.
Morabito in a straight line. Flicked it out to Sylvia. He's captured. Off the boot. Back to Morabito. Is this the moment? Not quite yet. It bounces for Pav. It almost got there, Bunteen.
Basketball style from Bunteen. Then he tapped it down first before picking it up. Showed some skill.
They keep on running on the way out.
Good coverage here. Should have taken the mark.
Spurs got the fumble at the moment.
Two in a row.
It's a lucky free kick.
Well, he read it so well. He had so much time. There were no issues as far as Sun when you're looking that way. And that's a shocking kick too, I think. No, he's got away with it.
Oh, and they all went off the mark. So Neil gives it plenty. The Sun a real problem. Pav decided to stay down. Subin on his wrong side, but he squeezed out a little left footer.
That's gone.
That is great stuff from Nick Subin. What have we got here? The Sun in the eyes of the umpire.
Score review. Umpires calls a goal, but the receiver was touched off the boot, please.
Review underway.
I think they're just having a look at it as touched off the boot here, guys.
Umpires calls a goal.
Looking for his third goal, Nick Subin.
It was just great bullocking work through the middle.
His hand hit the boot after the ball was gone.
Hard to tell.
Review completed. Umpire's call.
Umpires call or clear goal.
And nice work by the bloke controlling the goal review. Hasn't mucked around, having a look. Inconclusive. Get on with the game. He's entitled to make the call. We've got the technology, particularly there. We've got most of the technology anyway. And I don't think if it's inconclusive and it's quick, it's not a problem. You might as well get it right.
You look at Williams there, though. You'd like to see Williams go really low to that. You've got Plowman coming in low. If Williams goes low as well, there's only one way the kick can go. He's not going to pop it. Get it down really low with your body positioning.
Coming with the flight of the ball.
Yeah, exactly right.
There it is on the live ladder. Fremantle in second place. Jumping over Hawthorn on percentage. Still equal with the Cats as well. Inside the top four. Brilliant manoeuvre out of the middle from Ward.
Great reading of the ball, though, by Mzungu. Worth having another look at if we can. He just read that so well and cut across the path.
Don't go forward, Will. Don't go forward.
Main. 4.5 to go in this third term. Spur.
Come back 3 metres. Reece, 2 more. Reece, 1 more. That's fine.
Nothing on for him long. So Sutcliffe is short. They can use the extra they've got back there if they want to wind their way out. Goes for Dawson. Fielding offers at the moment. Nothing for him.
He doesn't like kicking it.
Down the line goes Zach. Fife surrounded. He was held out well by Bunteen. Effectively executed. So allows Phil Davis to take the mark.
The Dockers have got the corridor nice and clogged up, so they're going to force them either back or down the line. And that's the danger.
Ward stole a march.
Did well, took on those around him.
Gets plenty on the kick for Cameron, and fell just into the right place.
He's due. Hutto, he's dead set due for one.
Fifth time lucky, you reckon, Jared?
That's the number that counts. I mean, it's really important he just gets one through. He's dug a really big hole with form and injury holding him back, and he looks to me to be well and truly on the way back, but he's a forward, needs to nail these.
In his 50th game, he's finally got a goal. Yes, he has. Well done, Jeremy Cameron.
Makes a big difference when you get 15 possessions as a forward and you can throw 2 or 3 goals into the mix, Jono. You've been a big factor in the game. If you just keep on missing, 0-5 looks ugly. You know, you get 3 goals at the end of the match and you've done your job. And Zach will realise it was his kick that turned this ball around, and it stung him personally.
Well, it was good on Cameron as well. He needed to make up for a couple of bad errors on the wing in this quarter. He's done that now with a big goal.
So let's see how Zach Clark deals with the body. The big body of Mumford. He tapped the last one forward. Maybe it'll be Mumford knocks this one forward again.
And his follow-up work was outstanding. Suddenly it's at full forward, but it doesn't get far. Bunteen. And now they spread to the left. Kennedy.
It's good defence by Bunteen. He's shown a bit today, Hutto.
Play on. Yours.
Yes, he has, Jared.
Thank you.
Front on contact. GWS. Advantage.
I'm a bit of a fan of his. I think he'll be a good player in the future. And if the Giants don't want him, I'm sure there'll be lots of other clubs that will be lining up.
There's no guarantees with that either. If he's good enough, he plays here on a regular basis with the Giants.
Good hands.
Yeah, it was good clean stuff, wasn't it? Smith worked it back for Hoskin Elliott. Barlow, Crowley, Scully, a bit of a blind handball, wasn't it? Straight back. Hoskin Elliott caught in there.
My ball trapped in.
Trapped was the word.
Thanks, Tom.
And the tackle. Looks like we're going to see the sub down there, Moons. O'Rourke come on very shortly.
Looks like he's just about to come on, guys, as you said, Hutto, but yeah, not sure who's coming off yet. We'll keep you up to date.
It was a brilliant move from Morabito. His teammate was trying to handball it to. Ballantyne wasn't quite ready for it, but promising signs. Barlow, that's an outstanding tackle. And in the spillage, it's Fife. Tried to give to Mundy. They've all gone to ground. Meantime, the footy goes back forward. Lob on a Copland. Not a good time to fall over for Reece Palmer. It's against his old team. Johnson, wandering handball. And Smith can pop it across for Tomlinson.
Just a couple of nice errors coming into the game of the Dockers, just to ensure that Ross has a nice little 5-minute review at the finish, but they are pouncing here, the GWS. They're creating some errors with good defensive skills in that forward half.
I think they've had just that couple of minute period where they let Fremantle get away. They've had a pretty good quarter. 4 goals to 2 goals won. Tomlinson's kick's on its way. It's almost goalpost high as it sails through. Impressive. And the Giants reduce the margin to 35 now.
Well, here's the turnover as it comes. Just a wobbly old handball. Good give. Devon Smith lines it up and hits a chest. And I reckon they'll be pretty happy, the boys.
Hoskin Elliott coming off the ground now. Whether they're going to stick with Lob or whether it's Hoskin Elliott that gets the vest. He's had a quiet game this afternoon. He's been in good form, Hoskin Elliott. Just haven't been able to produce some of that today.
No, it was a very good call, John. It is Hoskin Elliott, the one that's been subbed out down here.
So they've stuck with Lob. They're giving him plenty of game time this afternoon. The big young player for the Giants. giving Mumford a little bit of a chop out in the ruck as well.
Like 20 tackles in this quarter to 12, the Giants, so their pressure's been excellent, but they didn't stop this movement storming forward. Mundy, as they work it around. Morabito will get another cheer. Just kicked it in a little bit of haste. Moore. Great effort from Ballantyne to run so far for a smother.
That's what creates the wall. We've spoken about it a fair bit today, but it's acts like that from Ballantyne to keep the ball locked in. Now they're defenders and everyone can push up the ground and create the zone that's required because of that action there from Ballantyne.
Freo's lead 35. Zach Clark out of the ruck. Such a versatile player. Outstanding goal.
The combination, Sandilands to Clark, they've worked that very well in that forward stoppage. And a set up from Hayden Ballantyne. Can't take away from the smother that created this. But look at that, Sandilands with the flick over the back and his fellow ruckman Clark just in the right spot. And a snap around the corner. Used to seeing that with Cox and Nat Nui, the other Perth-based team here for the West Coast Eagles. And Sandilands and Clark making that work for themselves here at Fremantle.
That's a great goal.
We've got a little bit behind play here, guys. Ballantyne's just giving away a free kick to the ball.
The free kick. Let go.
You've got to love
Get it reversed. Hang on.
Able to stream forward. The kick goes into centre half forward as O'Rourke got the ball forward. Townsend down to Tomlinson. Jeremy Cameron looking for his second. Decides to work it back to Tomlinson. Trying to get it outside to Green, but runs into Mundy and Main. Great combination. And Main it is who earns the whistle for the umpire.
You're reported for striking, but you're reported for striking.
It's Hayden Ballantyne, I think. And the siren sounds. Interesting third quarter, that. Plenty going on, and it's ended with a report of Hayden Ballantyne. Fremantle kicked 5 straight for the turn. But the Giants didn't go away. They managed 3 goals won themselves. So the margin stands at 41 as we head into the last quarter. Will Fremantle maintain their place in second position on the AFL ladder in the last quarter? Better stay with us and find out right after this.